It's that time of the year where BITSAT 2024, the link is now open for registration. If you have had your eyes on the prestigious institutes in the country for your engineering degree or for any other degree for that matter, then this is the time that you can apply for. There is one thing that is stopping you from getting into your dream college, and that is the application process, and today's video is about that. If you are thinking of applying for BITSAT 2024, then in today's video I am going to cover complete detail about the whole process from start to finish. First, I will start with 3 things that you need to know about BITSAT 2024. There are few things that I wanted to highlight so that the process of registration as well as admission becomes clear to you. We will see about the eligibility. What is the qualification that you have? Exactly what are the percentages of marks that you need to have in your 12th so that you are eligible to qualify for BITSAT 2024. Then we will see the test details. Exactly what would be the syllabus for it, what is the cutoff, what would be the format for it, are there any sections for it, or it is a continuous evaluation, what are the different test centers, and where exactly and how exactly you have to fill the form. Complete details of registration as well as fees, that also would be told to you. So I'm going to tell you everything about this in today's video. So sit tight, grab a cup of coffee. I have a gut feeling that it would be a slightly lengthy video. Anyways, let's move ahead. First things first, 3 things that you need to know about BITSAT 2024. Now, BITS has a concept of first degree and higher degree. Okay, whichever is at bachelor's level as well as masters in other disciplines. For example, BITSAT gives you admission to BE, BPharm and MSc. Though MSc is a master's program, in the language of BITS, it is considered as a first degree. Okay, higher degree programs are those such as ME and MTech. Since BITS is an engineering college or an engineering institute, I should say, it weighs everything with respect to the engineering degrees. So that is something that I really want you to understand, that BITSAT 2024 is a test for admission to first degree programs where MSc also is included in that. The next thing that I want to tell you is different subjects. What are the different subjects which are offered at BITS Pilani, Hyderabad, Goa as well as Dubai campuses? So this is a list of all the subjects under engineering, under BPharm and under MSc which you can opt for. In case you are confused after going to the website, I thought at the start of the video, let me make things clear. The third thing that I want to tell you is, though it says that it is an online test, you have to appear at the test center and the test is conducted in an offline mode. That means you would be sitting in front of the computer, there would be no internet connection, and technically speaking, it is an offline test. The brochure says it as online because it is connected to their own servers. It's not that you can sit at home and answer this test. You have to come to the test center and the test goes as per how other offline tests are conducted. The only difference is that instead of on paper, you will be answering it on computer. Since you have understood the 3 things that I wanted to share with you, let's move on to the eligibility. As far as your qualification goes, you should be 12th passed and you should have physics, chemistry, maths as your major if it comes to admission to BE programs, okay, and adequate proficiency in English should be there only. They have not specified any test as such for English proficiency, considering the fact that most of our education system happens in English. If you want an admission to BPharm, then instead of PCM, you should be having physics, chemistry, biology. However, PCM candidates are also eligible. Okay, exactly how many marks you should be having in your PCM or PCB, whichever discipline, whether it is for B or whether it is for BPharm. Now, if it comes to PCM altogether or if it comes to PCB altogether, you need to have 75% of marks aggregate in these 3 subjects. Okay, with respect to each subject, you should have 60% and above. So physics will have 60% and above, chemistry will have 60% and above, and maths or biology will have 60% and above. And all together, these three subjects, you should be having 75% aggregate. Okay, as far as your BITSAT 2024 exam is concerned, these three subjects play a primary role. As far as your year is concerned, if you are appearing for 2024 examination, 12th standard, or if you have appeared for your 12th examination in 2023, in these 2 years, if you are there, that means it is a recent joining, then you are eligible for BITSAT 2024. If you have cleared before 2023, okay, even if you have the eligibility and the percentage, then you are not eligible for this particular test. And one thing to also note over here is admissions are purely based on merit. There are no reservations. Whatever percentage that you get in BITSAT 2024, that would be the final deciding factor and the only deciding factor when it comes to your admissions. That said, if you have topped your board, whether it is CBSE, ICSE, or whichever board that you have given your 12th standard exam in, if you have been the topper, then you have the privilege of getting direct admission. That means whatever your score in BITSAT 2024, you will be given direct admission based on that. You have understood the three things. What is a qualification? Let's move on to the actual test. What is the syllabus, how the test is conducted, and all that you need to know about the test. First things first, it is a computerized test. That means you have to be in front of the computer at the test center. The questions would be presented to you and you have the option of selecting or not selecting depending on your knowledge. The whole event is conducted in 2 sessions. Okay, whenever we think of session, it comes easily to our mind that it is in morning or evening, but when it comes to BITSAT 2024, session means a set of dates. Okay, so BITSAT happens in 2 sessions. The question paper would be different and it would be separated by a couple of days, okay, and sometimes months. Like for example, BITSAT session 1 will happen on a couple of dates. After that, there will be a gap of few days or few weeks, and after that, BITSAT session 2 happens. Okay, are not properly prepared for session 1, so they want to answer the exam again. So for such student, session 2 would be there. The question paper obviously is different for both the sessions. It is better, in my opinion, that you register for both the sessions. This is from my personal perspective, because as per the fees also, if you just register for session 1 and if you realize that by the time you answer session 1, your paper has not gone well or certain section has not gone well, then in such cases you have to pay an extra if you are registering for session 2 later. But if you are paying first only, then there is a decrease in the fee amount. This is from my perspective. Of course, if you are confident that you will get through in session 1, then you can definitely opt for session 1 only. The fees for BITSAT 2024 registration process, application process is as follows. If you are a male candidate and you are opting for both the sessions, then it comes to 5,400 rupees for the application procedure if you are opting for both the sessions. If you are a female candidate and you are opting for both the sessions, then the fee is 4,400. If you are appearing only once, either for session 1 or session 2, it's also possible that you are not appearing for session 1 and you will take the date of session 2 only. For that, if you are a male candidate, then your fees would be 3,400. Okay, and if you are a female candidate, then for the same condition, your fee would be 2,900 rupees. Okay, all these figures are in rupees. Now say suppose you answer both the sessions, then in this case, wherever you get the highest percentage, that would be the deciding factor in your admission. Now that you have understood the registration process, let's move on to the actual test. What is the duration? What are the sections? What is the marks? What is the cutoff? I'll tell you everything. First things first. The duration of the entire test is 3 hours, and in this there is no break. The whole paper is divided into 4 parts. Part 1 has physics. Part 2 has questions related to chemistry. Part 3 has English proficiency and logical reasoning questions. Part 4 will have your mathematics or biology questions, depending on whether you have selected B Farm or BE for your admissions. The question would be an MCQ, multiple choice questions. There are 4 answers to it, out of which 1 would be the correct answer. If you get the answer right, that means you will get 3 marks. If by chance you happen to get a wrong answer, then there is a negative marking of -1 marks. So this exam has negative marking. My suggestion is, if you are not knowing a particular answer, then don't attempt it. यहाँ पे तुक्के मत लगाओ. If you are really sure about the answer, then only you tick mark the answer, or you can skip and go to the next question. Total, there would be 130 questions. Now, what would be the syllabus and on what basis the questions would be asked? Because if a student applies for this, they can come from different boards, right? So here the syllabus is based on 11th and 12th standard NCERT board. So if you have done your education from NCERT board, then it's fine. If you have done your education from some other board, then you can simply download the textbooks and go through it. Most of the times the concepts remain the same. Since students want to be precise and they want to know the exact board, then I thought of sharing it with you. So it is 11th and 12th standard NCERT board. And you don't have to buy the textbooks as such. You can take it from your friend or you can download it online. The NCERT website has access to all the textbooks which are there. One beneficial thing that this test has is that once you register, you will get a link to a sample test. Sample test meaning a test which is designed, which is similar on grounds to BITSAT 2024. So you can get an idea of how answering it feels like. So you can consider it something like a test mock-up or a mock-up test before the exam. So do answer it and try solving things at home before you give the final test. Now we are assuming you are in the hall, you have answered the questions, now it's done. So after that, your score would be announced there and there. How many questions you have got right, how many questions you have got wrong, all that would be announced over there. Make sure that you log out of the computer screen, you log out of the system only after entering your test score. Okay, otherwise things will remain incomplete and you answering this whole BITSAT 2024 after paying so much fees and registration will go incomplete. Now you have answered test and you have completed all the formalities. After that, what you have to do? You have to keep your qualification certificates ready. If you are a board topper, then relevant certificate stating that you are a board topper and all the other relevant certificates and qualifications. Keep it ready. Plus the application form that was generated as soft copy. And all these things you have to submit to the admission office between 1st to 28th of June. Okay, whether it is Pilani, Hyderabad or Goa. So before submitting, it is better if you discuss with your parents and come to a common consensus as to what would be the first, second and third preference. If you select Pilani as your first preference, your first application would go over there. If the seats get full, then you would be moved to the second preference. So these things you need to be careful of when you are stating the preference. Because whenever it comes to BITS, since there are 3 campuses, even for PhD admissions, they ask for preferences in the centers, in the campuses, Many of the times I have seen students going for Pilani campus, Hyderabad campus or Goa campus when they actually wanted some other campus without understanding where the campus is located, how the culture it is and how the things would be there. Because if it is an engineering degree, then it is for 4 years. It's not 1 or 2 years. Okay. If it is MSc, still you can discount the fact that it would be only for 2 years. But if it is engineering or B.Pharm degrees, then these are 4.5 year ka degrees. So in such cases, wherever you find it comfortable to live and wherever you think that you will accommodate yourself, it would be a great option. The results would be declared on 3rd of July of this year. So you be mindful of the website. Keep a tab on BITS admission website. There are announcements which are floating every day on it. So you can really get a hang of what is happening and all the details. You won't even have to ask anybody. You just keep a tab on the website, you are sorted for this. The merit is strictly based on BITSAT 2024 and whether you have given the application form. So just answering the exam is not sufficient. You have to also do the submission of certificates ka part. This is the cutoff for 2023, that is last year's. As of now, even today I checked, this is what is being flashed on the website. As of now, 2024 cutoff is not out, or I would have shown it to you. When the merit list is declared, which is strictly based on these two criteria that I've discussed, there would be two merit lists, one for BE and MSc and another for BPharm. Okay, so if you are not finding your name in one of the lists, you can check in other list, as there are two separate merit lists for different subjects. These are all the details of the test centers that you can apply, and these are the important dates that you need to be mindful of whenever you are applying for BITSAT 2024. You have understood the whole procedure, and I'm sure that if I ask you to explain now, you will be explaining the process better than me. If you have any doubts with respect to this, where do you contact? The first email that you are going to contact over here is this. This email you will contact only if you have queries related to the process. That means admission process, which certificates to give. If you are not able to fill the online form, some error is appearing, then you can contact over here. The next address that I'm flashing over here is for payment details. If your payment got deducted but the registration was incomplete, if there is any issue with respect to the payment part, then you contact over here. Okay, and this is the phone number if you need in case of any kind of emergency with respect to anything, with respect to the admission process, filling up process, or the subjects, the payment, anything. If you have any doubt, you will call here and ask and get your queries resolved. And if you still have queries after talking to all, then you can WhatsApp me or you can simply comment over here. I'll be more than happy to give you an answer. This year, the admission got opened, the online registration got open on January 14th. I was checking since December. Every day I used to check on the website whether the admissions are opening or no. And I remember on January 14th when I checked, the registrations got open. So this year I feel it was quite delayed as compared to previous year. Anyways, the format is open now. You can register and make sure that you are on the way to your dream engineering college. With that, it's a wrap. Till the next time. Bye.